Hello, good morning. I thought let's have a talk about tarot cards. A quick talk. And I'm having my coffee, so this is very, very chilled. So I would suggest you also grab a cup of something to drink, coffee, tea, whatever you want, and let's dive into this. First off, I want to excuse the noise around me because I'm not at home. So it might be a little bit noisy, but we're gonna walk through this. So, thinking of tarot cards, I would say, as you can see recently, I've been posting things from the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and Rider-Waite is the most basic tarot that you can get. And these are the type of imagery you will find on Rider-Waite, stuff like this. So it's very, very easy to read. So we will see how to choose your tarot deck. But first of all, you need to know what is tarot. What are the cards made of? So the tarot deck is divided into two, let's call them sections, right? So the first section is called Major Arcana, or Arcana as people call them. And the other section is called Minor Arcana. So let me show you an example of the Major Arcana. So Major Arcana are cards like, for example, the Sun. Oh, we've got the Tower, the Star. So these are cards that are from the Major Arcana. From the Minor Arcana, we have four suits. So we've got the Pentacles, the Swords, the Wands, and the Cups. So example from that, we have this, for example, or this is a Minor Arcana, or this is a Minor Arcana, right? So this is just a basic thing for you to understand that we have two separate, let's call them sections for now, just to separate the overall deck of tarot. And of course, we've got a total of 78 cards. This is the traditional tarot card deck. I'm sure there's different styles out there, but this is the most traditional one. Now, the first thing I would recommend to you when you are choosing your own tarot deck, first of all, I don't believe in the myth that says that you cannot buy your own tarot deck, because you totally can. You are able, you're an adult, you have your own money, go buy your own deck. So I don't believe that you cannot buy your own deck. Yes, you need to follow your own intuition when buying a tarot deck. For example, there are, I wouldn't say hundreds, I would say like more than hundreds of different styles and colors and themes. And you have even the Rider-Waite, like you have, this is one of the styles of the Rider-Waite. It's called I'll show you this one here. This is so it comes in this box. So it's called the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. So this is one of the styles of the Rider-Waite. And personally, I love Rider-Waite Tarot, so I have different styles of that. And this is one of my favorites. So when you are going to buy your own tarot deck, I recommend that first you follow your intuition, look at the imagery, see how the deck feels, like hold it in your hands if you have the option to. I know that most, if not all, are sealed, so you cannot open them, but if you're opening a tarot deck and you can like get a feel of the cards, if you can get to shuffle them and see how they shuffle for you, that would be great. So you need to first connect with the deck, with its colors. I'm sorry, with its energy. If it speaks to you, so if you look at the image and go like, well, that says something to me, then this deck is for you. You need to remember that tarot is deeply a personal experience. So if something resonates with me, it might not resonate with you, and this is completely fine. And that's why we are blessed with hundreds of those tarot decks. So it is your thing. You need to see if it speaks to you. Yes, it is a completely personal experience, and you should be drawn to the cards and their energy. However, if you are a beginner, I recommend you start with the complete basic Rider-Waite. Why? Because the imagery is very simple, very simple. So if you are just there with a deck of cards and a book, that tells you what to do with the deck of cards, like this little booklet that comes with it. For example, most tarot decks, they come with a booklet like this one, and when you open, it just tells you more or less like what to expect. You can have suggestions of spreads, and each spread, like it tells you, for example, card number 1 corresponds to what. It walks you through the suits, the major arcana cards. So I would recommend starting with something like the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, since it's very, very simple, and you'll be able to get the hold of it very easy. Yet, if you get more like a seasoned tarot reader, then you'll be able to go more into the abstract decks. For example, one of the abstract decks that I have, and to be honest, I rarely use, is the Book of Shadows tarot deck, and it has two sides of it, like it has two separate decks. So the deck that I have and I really like but I rarely use is called As Above. So it's more abstract, more ethereal, so it needs more work when you are working with that deck. So you can wait until you get more experienced into tarot reading and then jump into more, you know, difficult decks, I would say. A good idea that I also do when I'm interested in buying a new deck is that if I don't have the chance to hold the deck in my hand, or which is very, very often, I don't think, unless you're buying a used deck, which I personally don't do, but some people are, happy to do that. So what I do when I want to get a feel of the cards, but I can't, is that simple. I just go to YouTube and type the name of the cards that I'm interested in, and then I would write, for example, Rider-Waite flip through, or Rider-Waite unboxing. So you would get an idea of how different people think of the feeling of the cards, how they shuffle, if they're shuffling nicely, if they're heavy. For example, this deck here, the Radiant White Spirit, is quite heavy. It's quite heavy. And I remember one of my friends, he's also into the mystical world, and he told me that when a deck is heavy, it's quite wise. So I believe that. So when you type flip throughs or unboxing, you get the chance of seeing how others, perceive the deck, so you can get a feel of it. And I would recommend that you go not only to one video, but to multiple videos of the same deck, so that you can understand how things are. And then you can, of course, make up your mind. If you want, then you can, now you have formulated an idea of what this deck is about, and the feeling and the pictures and the tactile aspect of it. Then you can go maybe to a store that sells it, and then ask to look at the box or something. So that might help you also choose your right deck.